Welcome to Leaders' Questions, where Ireland's leaders face the heat, the pressure, and the toughest questions of the day.
The Taoiseach is hell-bent on upending the democratic functioning of the Dáil to protect his grubby deal with Deputy Michael Lowry. Today, Taoiseach, you will try to ram through unprecedented changes to Dáil rules to allow Deputy Lowry and his group of TDs to sit in government and opposition at the same time. TDs who have pledged to support your government in good days and in bad, to use their own words. It is a farce, making a mockery of this Dáil, and frankly it is staggering the lengths to which you have gone with this brazen stroke. So let's put an end to the charade, Taoiseach. The Michael Lowry Group are government TDs, plain and simple. They designated themselves as such when they helped to negotiate, write and agree your programme for government. Their colleagues were rewarded with ministerial office. That's the reality. On January the 23rd, your government gave its word that you would work for a solution acceptable to both government and opposition. Hildegard Naughton, then Chief Whip, pledged in the Dáil to, and I quote, work to secure agreement as soon as possible and acceptable to government and opposition. But clearly, Taoiseach, your word means nothing, because you have gone back on your commitment and have made no genuine effort to find a resolution. Instead, you propose to turn the Dáil inside out by allowing government TDs access to the mechanisms which the actual opposition use to hold your government to account. You want the utterly absurd spectacle of Michael Lowry and his group taking leaders' questions, pretending to challenge the government that they are part of. This is a sham. And you've dug in because you don't want to be accountable. Your claim that this is all about speaking time for backbenchers is patently untrue. In fact, you want to get rid of Taoiseach's questions on a Wednesday, so pull the other one, Taoiseach. Accountability matters. Just ask those you misled on housing delivery during the election. Ask the parents of children with special needs who the government led up the garden path on funding of services. But you don't want to be accountable. Isn't that the truth, Taoiseach? So what exactly does Michael Lowry have over you, Micheál Martin? What debt do you owe to him? A former Fine Gael minister, a rogue politician as you described him, now kingmaker for your government, a man who you want to sit in both government and opposition at the same time. The combined opposition has repeatedly sought to meet with you to resolve this matter. Our offers have either been rejected or ignored. You act in bad faith. And to meet your narrow short-term need to placate Lowry and co, you now propose to do real and lasting damage to the democratic processes of the Dáil. Tá fianna fáil agus Fine Gaeilge mulla faimu déanlathach na Dála ompu bonus cion chun an sucrú súrach atá acu le Michael Lowry a cosint, ní glachamid leis. The combined opposition are not backing down on this matter. We reject your attempt to run roughshod over this Dáil and to ram through this motion. You can step back from the brink, Taoiseach. You can still meet with the opposition to work out a solution, but what you will not get away with is pretending that signed and sealed government TDs can act as opposition. You cannot be in government and opposition at the same time.
Dus bij de Chiancorle bolen raw naar een team in echer lees je mede tot write ik tachte McDonald. Maar als je toch weten an mede tot write agus Neil ik gest a gwing 8 no maid een maart agus 8 no maid ní sprese een gédien a hoort de coolvin shori an Rialtas agus Tachtaí Dáil in Nefsblach. So in essence, I have to say that the distortion of the debate is extraordinary. The disproportionate response of Sinn Féin and indeed the opposition is extraordinary. When you consider that this Dáil meets 101 days approximately a year, okay? And what is being proposed for 60 TDs, that they would have an opportunity of 8 minutes on a Tuesday and 8 minutes on a Wednesday to ask questions of the Taoiseach of the day. Now that actually means that for an individual in that 60, it could be an opportunity. I haven't interrupted anybody.
Deputies,
it basically means we're talking about once a year that a backbench TD may get that opportunity to speak in this other questions. And for all of that, the opposition have manufactured a political row, have raised this to heights that are quite farcical, given the enormity of the issues we have to face as a country. And if I could say, if I may say...
Deputies, do you wish to listen to the answer out of respect for the function?
I respect, again, I respect...
Deputy, please. Deputies, the Taoiseach is speaking. Had you not noticed? You've asked a question. He is deputy.
I respect the Ceann Comhairle. I respect the right of every deputy who's elected to this House. I respect their rights. I respect their rights to be heard, as well as their rights to speak. There's an attempt already to frustrate my attempt to speak here this morning in response, or this afternoon in response to Mary Lou McDonald. Now, I would say that what the opposition, in a more serious vein, have been about, the opposition have been endeavouring to, if you like, direct a new departure or dictate a new departure, whereby it becomes the opposition. The opposition are now saying that it's up to them to decide who sits where in this House, who forms what group, and who becomes a member of what group. That is unprecedented. That is unprecedented by any yardstick. I have never, and I'm in this House...
Deputies, I'm standing. I expect that you will respect the chair. We are in a democratic House. This is Leader's question. We are... Deputies, whether you like what's being said or not, please listen. That's the process. We have a lot of visitors in our gallery. The public are watching. I'd ask us all, I'm asking that you have respect for one another, one and all. That's all I'm asking for those who are watching.
Ceann Comhairle, I was elected to this House first in 1989. I have never seen an attempt like this to say to independent... I have never seen an attempt like this to tell... No, sorry, no, I've got to finish. I've been interrupted.
Deputies, while you may not have respect for me, I am the chair. When I speak, nobody else speaks. Deputies, I'm asking, respect the process and the operation of the House. That means, deputies, that when I speak and I ask you to have respect for the chair, that decision has been made and it's well gone. We are in the democratic process of where we are in a different matter today. Now, I'd ask Deputy McDonald to respond.
Ceann Comhairle, with the greatest of respect, we are on the same ground. And Micheál Martin can spare us and the nation his sanctimonious homilies on democracy. You're here since 1989, a lifetime, a political lifetime. Never has such a brazen stroke been attempted, never. In all of the peculiar shenanigans of this place, never something like this. You were quick enough to throw your own people under the bus in the last Dáil when it suited you. It's incredible that you will go to these extraordinary lengths for Deputy Michael Lowry. And we're asking why. We should have an answer to that. And Taoiseach, it's as simple as this. You shouldn't take people for fools. People know for their interest to be protected, for politics and democracy to work, there is the government with its prerogatives to discharge. We respect that. You need to respect the duty and the prerogatives of opposition. You don't want that. You want to blunt opposition because you don't want to be held to account. And if you're worried about your backbenchers, leave Taoiseach's questions on a Wednesday. That gives them ample opportunity to raise matters with you.
Taoiseach to respond.
Ceann Comhairle, I hope Deputy McDonald notes that she got full respect and opportunity to speak from this side of the House. I was not afforded that respect and courtesy from the other side of the House when I endeavoured to answer a while ago to her questions. And what I want to say fundamentally to Deputy McDonald, the point I was making is I've never witnessed before parties trying to tell others what box they're in, what group they're in and so on. That is unprecedented. No, the other point I would make is this. Deputy McDonald, I haven't. There we go again.
Deputies, resume your seat. Deputy, you resume your seat. Resume your seat when the Ceann Comhairle is standing. Now, I'm going to say, we have spent hours, I have invested as much as 20 hours over the past months trying to come to a consensus and an agreement. Unfortunately, we have reached an impasse. I would expect respect, Deputy, so that I can finish what I'm saying. Excuse me, Deputy, I'm speaking. We have reached an impasse. And when we reach an impasse, we then move to the mechanism that moves all democratically elected from an impasse, which is the voting mechanism. We are now, excuse me, deputies,
So did the Chief Whip mislead the Dáil when she said it would be with the acceptance of the opposition? Can you rule on that? Did the Chief Whip...
Resume, Deputy. Resume your seat, Deputy. Resume your seat. Resume your seat, Deputy.
Maybe you should...
You should resume your seat. You know the rulings of the House.
Make a ruling on that issue. Did you deliberately mislead this
Deputy, have you, is it that you don't have respect for me or the chair? Because now it's becoming apparent that it is now becoming apparent. I would ask that you respect the chair. Whether I don't, it's not me. I'm not concerned, but I am the Ceann Comhairle and I am sitting in the chair. And I expect the level of respect to come from each and every member. Each and every, when I speak. Now, it is well documented, the disruption and the level of which it's to go today. We are either going to continue with leaders' questions or we can move on. You may not like the answers that you're getting. I can't instruct answers. Excuse me, I cannot. My function is to chair this Dáil and ensure that the House operates. And we are moving with the business. I now move to Deputy Ivana Bacik.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.